the effort, I will commend you for it. So if you do something, like always gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my baby. You feel me?
Aww.
But you know, like that.
You're so sweet, Joseph.
But the thing is, like, you don't really see people like that because I feel like that's just how I was raised. The way that my mom does things, like she doesn't wait for nobody to do nothing. She does it. You feel me? And that's how she taught me. I don't wait for things to happen. I just do it. I just do it. Like, okay, cool. And then like I get mad at my mom for like telling me to do something. I'm like, bro, I already did it. Leave me alone. You feel me? But I feel like that's just how I'm raised. Maybe
I feel like with that too, you have to give people a chance to actually do it. Because if you're like, hey, babe, go do that, and then she doesn't move fast enough, and you go do it, you're gonna be. Yeah,
I'm not that big of a like oh, you didn't do it exactly what I said. No, that's not me. Like as long as it gets done, it gets done. But like when it comes
in a timely manner.
Yeah, when it comes to like forming relationships, like don't tell me. Like don't say one thing and then just do something completely different because then
your actions don't match your words.
Yeah, and then like I can't trust you at all. Like I can't take you seriously. Like I have to
because you won't take this relationship seriously.
Yeah, and not only that, but you might not take other things seriously. Yeah. Like forget the relationship. Like what are you doing when you have to go to school and work and stuff like that?
Pre-game is very important.
If you can't do those simple things that we learned when we were in high school, well, you should have learned in high school, or in those years, then like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? What type of relationship are you trying to have? Because it's always going to be, in my opinion, it's always going to be a failure. You're never gonna have a successful relationship if you're always dropping a ball when it comes to having integrity and things like that.
You need some of those things to start a relationship. Nobody wants to be with someone who's unreliable.
Yeah, that's trash. You feel me? And dropping people is a big proponent of that. If you drop someone, I feel like
there has to be a reason why you drop people.
Yeah, and
if someone's not being negative or they're not like bringing anything positive to your life.
Yeah, and those people
be dropped.
And those people don't deserve. A person who's bringing negativity in your life on purpose or through some other means does not deserve, in my opinion,
they don't deserve your time.
A closure. They don't deserve for you to be like, oh, I'm dropping you because of X and X is an X. No, I don't think that that's something that you should say. If it's gotten to a point where you feel like you have to drop them, then you've obviously already made it known. You've obviously already made it known that what they're doing is wrong and they haven't been listening to you. So go ahead and drop them. But if it's someone who's like genuinely just trying to like hang out with you, I don't see why you would feel the need to just stop talking to them out of the blue and then just leave it like that. And then have that person floating around being like, damn, I thought it was going good, but then it's not.
I feel like everybody deserves an explanation. I know not everybody will get an explanation, but some people are oblivious. And I feel like just by you having that conversation with someone, just being like, hey, I really wanted this to work, but you are not where I think you should be in your life. So I'm letting you know now that this is what made us not work. And maybe if you improve better, we can try again.
Yeah.
But this is also for the next relationship that you tried to get into. That way if you don't see it for yourself, that here's some areas of improvement that you need to work on.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%, but like...
But not everybody's going to receive the information. I understand that.
No, but like, I mean, what I'm talking about is like if this person like stole your phone or like someone who did something dirty to you, like someone who's not a good person. They don't deserve an explanation. Like, you know what you did. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, if it's that obvious and they know what they did, then there's no more.
You're not gonna hit me back up like, yo, what's up, man? You ever hang out? Like, nigga, where's my phone at?
You stole my phone, bro. Where is it?
Like, how you even hit me up right now? I think we're gonna like stuff like that. Like,
I came to your house.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, someone who brings negativity in your life. I don't feel that they need to be talking to you any type of way. Like, you should be able to cut them off completely and not have to worry about, oh, I didn't give them closure. Like, no. But I feel like the people who are in your life who genuinely want to be there for you,
they'll be there.
I feel like, yeah, you need to, at least if you don't want them in your life, let them know. Like, this is this and this is why we didn't work out. Or just, even if it's like, your ex came back in your life and now you're talking to them, let them know, like, you know what, bro, it was really nice knowing you, really nice meeting you, but I really want to try again with my ex and see where this goes. And I promise you, if they're a genuine person, they would be like, okay, cool, I understand, and then they would move on. I mean, if they're crazy, they're crazy. They'd be like, nah, nigga, like, okay, that's different. That's different.
Unless your ex is trash.
Yeah, and unless their ex is trash, and you'd be like, all right, cool,
but
you know that's not gonna work out. So I'm here for you.
Nah. If you're dumb enough, in my opinion, if you're dumb enough to go back to your ex and your ex is trash, then you need to stay over there. Because I mean, like, if I'm working as hard as I am to be with you, and I'm giving you the time, I'm giving you enough of my effort, I expect for you to give me the same energy. But if someone that you've tried with before, and you've tried many times with before, have tried to come back, and they're just garbage in every aspect of their life, then if you decide to go back to that and we're working on something pretty good, then you can stay over there, because then it's like you're not gonna see everything that we're doing and we're building with each other, and you'll constantly want to go back to that person, and you don't want to improve your life.
Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate, what if that person just feels lonely? Man, what if that person feels that their ex provides them with something that you're not giving them?
A toxic relationship. Maybe they just like
that
toxic stuff.
Well, and maybe might not be addicted to the toxicity of the relationship. Maybe it's just them wanting to.
No, I'm saying if their ex is trash. If their ex is like, if they ended off on good terms and someone's like, hey, I want to try back with my ex, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're like, I'm putting my hands on you, just talk about extremes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't trust you. There was always a problem. I'm accusing you of this and that,
mm-hmm.
and there was no foundation in your relationship. Why go back to it? But if there was a steady foundation and you both decided, okay, you know what, we're gonna work on this again, and we agreed together collectively that we're not gonna be together anymore,
mm-hmm.
but now we're gonna come back. That's okay.
Well, I feel like that's just someone who's hurt. Someone who has a skewed view of how relationships would do that. They would go because they're comfortable with their ex. They're comfortable with what they're used to. They're used to getting their hands put on them. They're used to being blamed for things. They're used to be. I feel
like that's our generation.
Yeah, I mean,
because our generation does we do a lot of, not we, but like the generation does a lot of stupid things, and there are some things that I see like on Instagram and Facebook, or I hear even at work, where people are discussing their relationship and things that they've gone through, and I'm looking at them like, why would you do that? Like, did you not see the red flags before this happened?
I feel like it's just our generation. I feel
I'm saying our generation does it a lot. But like other generations, yeah, they've done it. But again, I wasn't around during other generations.
No. Because my thing is, no.
Do you remember reading about the 1950s?
Yeah.
I said I wasn't around during that time.
No, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 80s, 90s. I mean, women and men have been getting beaten in relationships. I mean,
forever.
Raped, all those things, forever. I feel like, but I understand I feel like what you're trying to say is that it's more advertised and it's more mainstream and it's something that's going to garner you more popularity if you're in a relationship like that. People applaud that more. I've seen things on Twitter like, oh, if your ex hasn't done this and this, that you haven't had a good relationship, or or what is it like? If you and your ex have
never seen anyone advocate abuse.
No. What I'm trying to say is, if you and your ex don't fight like this, blah blah, something.
There's something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. If you and your ex do, all those
people just make things that are wrong seem normal now. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I do understand where you're coming from with that, and because of social media and the way that we interact with each other, it's definitely become more seen. But I don't think that it's something that's been like blown out of proportion and like now this is always happening. I feel like it's just the same amount as always, but just people are you can see it like more now because of like stuff people post on their social media,
Mm-hmm. But some things just are just so outlandish. So it's like I didn't even think this stuff happened.
I mean,
That's why I was like, I feel like there's always something, even though it may not be new, but there's always something that's coming up here that we're looking at and we're just like, how does this even happen?
Well, I mean, there is that saying, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not new, But it's like, to us, it's like, I didn't even think this still happened.
Yo, Scottie Pippen's wife cheated on him. She's cheated on him with Future multiple times. Got caught with him multiple times, and now is divorcing him for half of his money. Can you believe that?
I mean, should have got a prenup.
You just got pimped, homie.
He's tried to forgive her multiple times.
Why?
Yo, and she
Why?
she posted an apology. No, not even an apology. She posted some type of I forgot, like, it's a Insta snap, basically saying, oh,
Insta story.
Yeah, Insta story, and people were like, oh, so many people are bring so much negativity to my life, and they don't even know it.
Lady, you're despicable.
You're a hoe.
Ugly person.
She's a
Your
hoe,
soul is
bro.
rotten from the root.
Yo, and
to the leaves.
I looked at that.
You're a rotten
I looked
person.
at that, bro.
You're a rotten woman. And you pimp Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
Good job,
Big
Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
You gotta do better, dog.
She's on some other joint. I looked at that. I was like, bro, Scottie Pippen is like
that wasn't a man move.
That was
I don't even know what type of move that was.
But I mean, Future's known for that though. Like he's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like he's always been that type of dude. And I don't fault him for that. I fault the girl.
Great. That's great, Scottie Pippen. What are you doing?
I mean, Scottie
this
has
is kind of
kids.
your fault.
Scottie has kids, and he was trying to fix his relationship. It's just too bad that his wife was fucking Future. Like that's what she was doing.
You can't fix a cheater. You can't fix a cheater.
I feel
Ever.
like,
You can't fix a person. You
Okay.
can never fix a person.
now I know where he's going with this.
All right.
You can't fix a person. The person has to fix their own themselves.
You can't do anything for that person.
Unless that person wants to redo it themselves.
Right.
Unless they want to receive
Even
that.
then, it's-
So find a positive influence for your kids, so your kids don't grow up thinking cheating on their significant other is okay.
Yeah, that's over with.
Because their
already
mom's a
over.
hoe.
Damn.
You're a hoe.
All right, dude, chill, bro. Thank you.
Despicable.
Oh man.
You in your feelings, man?
Nah, man.
Sounds like it.
It does.
Calm down, Greg.
You've been quiet the whole time. You just rose
Because
up.
y'all been
right
talking
Yeah.
over me.
My bad. Go
You've
ahead,
been talking
go
over
ahead.
us.
Go ahead.
When? Let's roll back.
Roll
Let's
it
roll
back,
back.
roll
What you
it
mean
back,
I'm talking over
roll
you?
it back.
Shut up. Go ahead, bro.
I spoke
Speak
it.
your truth, bro.
I
Take a
spoke
sip of
it.
your water.
Nah.
It's turning red.
Y'all
Take
can
a
go
sip
back.
of your
Y'all
water.
can go back to.
All right,
to
let's
the
talk
back
about
and
you
forth.
getting dropped, Khalil. Come on, let's go.
My
Yeah,
best
don't-
friend dropped me.
Okay, your best friend dropped you. How'd that feel?
Brandon,
Damn.
Your
How'd that feel?
ex-best friend.
ex-best friend.
Not friend at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know I said the name. I'm not editing it.
but that's
I
not.
don't care.
Yeah, I'm not his friend. But anyway, go ahead. What's up, man?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not your friend either.
Damn. Crazy.
You and Evan.
So how'd that feel, bro? Being dropped by your
Terrible, man.
Your ex-best friend. Should be
Terrible.
your best
He
friend.
was
now.
never your
You
friend.
build up a relationship over 10 years and
Obviously, it didn't matter.
These
to him.
snakes out here.
What was his sign?
I don't
I bet he was a Leo.
No.
That sign shit is stupid.
No,
It was a bad joke.
Yeah.
You should've
I'm a
just
Scorpio.
you
and
should-
I'm not putting
You
out
should've giggled and
information
laughed.
on here.
It was a joke. Giggled and laughed. Come on,
No,
guys.
I'm not giggling.
So
Just
yeah.
like Jerry.
See what I'm talking about? It's on film. I'm trying to talk in a minute.
Go
talk
ahead,
over
bro.
it. It's on film.
I was quiet.
You
No,
were
I know.
silent.
I know.
Okay, go, bro. Go.
It's not you.
What were
Oh,
you?
it's me.
Yes.
It's always me.
1,000%
It's
you.
always
Bro,
me.
okay, stop bickering on the video. Damn.
It's because he's in his
Y'all are
feelings.
children.
I'm not in my feelings.
Stop.
Okay.
Damn. What was your thought, bro?
I don't even know anymore.
Fuck.
You're talking about Brandon.
I'm gonna bring out the list now, because these boys, y'all niggas need help. Alright.
Oh, way too much.
Okay, so the negative and positives of dropping. So let's divert our attention to your situation. What was the negatives and what were the positives of being dropped by Brandon? Since you already put his name out, and I feel like I can use it freely.
Yeah, let's not keep using it freely. It was just a one-time.
Nah, I'm doing it anymore.
Well, the negatives are you're kind of just left there confused. Like, what did I do? You know,
Mhm.
I got someone who is supposed to be. Hi, dog. Supposed to be my best friend, and you just talking bad about me behind my back,
Mm.
calling me names to other people you know are my friends, and I mean, I don't know. I don't feel any type of way about it now because I mean it's been like
That sounds like
3-4 years.
Huh?
What?
Huh? So what were the positives?
I don't know. I mean, I guess
If
a negative person was out of my life. I guess. I mean, it's just.
He
I honestly
himself
view it as he was just going through something, and he probably didn't want any association with his old friends.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because it made him feel some type of way, like it made him feel less than what he wanted to be. Right? He probably felt like associating himself with us was keeping him in a place that he no longer wanted to be in.
Got it.
And the only way to move forward was to cut
ties with everyone.
Got it. From his past life. Because, I mean, high school is a past life in a sense. So, which is why I don't really harbor any
resentment.
Yeah, you know, it's that's how I rationalized it because it wasn't only me that got dropped. Like everyone.
Oh, then you didn't get dropped. It was a mass drop. It wasn't even a specific drop.
No, I think I was first though.
Oh, you were first.
Yeah.
Damn. Being first on a mass drop is crazy.
First one on the list.
Damn.
Because he was still hanging out with like other people. I was like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, happy birthday, man. Oh, I'm blocked?
Yeah.
Oh. That's after good. My birthday, man. Okay. Whew. Yikes. Great. That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
For me, I don't know the positives and negatives of being dropped. I guess the negatives of being dropped was the heartbreak that ensued afterwards. In which not many people know about me, but I am very emotional. So it sucked. I mean, nobody really knows what I go through emotionally, but because I don't really put it out there. I don't really feel comfortable doing so either. But
he's gonna do it today for you guys.
So
just for you, for our loyal viewers.
Fuck you.
He's gonna open up like the beautiful flower he is.
Okay, so should I talk about the first time I got dropped, or should I talk about when I got cheated on, or is it the same thing? Okay, we already went through that. It's not.
Let's stay consistent with the.
Okay, so the first time I got dropped, I was living in Panama. I was talking to this girl. She was actually in my class. Long story short, she stopped talking to me.
What's her name?
I'm not gonna say her name on this video.
Wow.
Just because there's still a lot of things that I'm not over with that situation. But no, that's not true. I'm over a lot of it. But anyway, yeah. So long story short, I think I almost killed myself twice. But it wasn't solely because of her. There's other things going on in my life at that point that wasn't like leading me down that path. I was like, there's nothing for you to be living for. So, yeah. But, here I am, still alive. I passed 15, 16, 17 years old. And, I'm chilling. Positives, she was a negative person. Well, she wasn't a negative person per se, but she wasn't someone that was, a good person. For me in my life, she was just good for me. The only other positive is that I got stronger from that point. And that's it. And because I went through that, when I went through a similar situation when I got cheated on, I was able to front that storm a lot better. I think that's the best way I can say it.
What?
Like because I went through that, I was strong enough to go through what I was going on when I got cheated on. And
built up.
yeah, that's some bullshit though. It's all, and the one thing I will say, it's always something. The things that happen in my life, that are negative, especially when it comes to girls, always like breaks down in the worst times. The worst times, like when I first got dropped, I had no food in my stomach for like 2 weeks. I had exams that week, for junior year. I had no place to sleep. I was sleeping in an office with my mom, and I was sleeping in an office chair. I had no friends, no money. I was sleeping. The office building was here. My school was here. So yeah, it was like, and I was living in a third world country. I was living in Panama. Is that even the right way to say like countries like that? Well, I was living in Panama basically, and I wasn't doing too hot financially. And then that happened, and that's why like I was decided to kill myself. I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. I didn't go through with it.
I mean, obviously.
So yeah, and then the second time when I got cheated on, that was a little bit more. I feel like that was more physical, than when I got cheated on. That was emotional because that week, yeah, I think you might remember that. I had no car. I was taking the train. I found out she was cheating on me when I was on the train. I had my car taken away. I was working my butt off, and then the week after, I found out she cheated on me. I didn't eat for 2 months straight. I lost 25 pounds. I was anemic. I had to take iron pills to like regain my strength. It was, my mom sort of like, she broke down in tears because I wasn't eating. It was bad. That was like emotionally bad. Like I was depressed. That was terrible. But you know, I'm here. All 200 pounds of me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was. Those were like definitely things that I had to fight through. But you know, I'm still kicking. I'm rocking. You feel me? I guess those are the positives. That I just got stronger from that. Now, you know, with what recently has happened to me.